answer all the questions together, I just brought in this Newton's third law. So it says for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This is something which is very well known in physics. But let us apply it to psychology. Now, everything a child does. I have got, we have got a lot of questions about child does this, child does that, I don't want it to happen, I want to control the child, I want the child to control it, the child is not doing things properly, etc. Let us analyze that all of these are reactions to some kind of a stimulus. Usually we talk about stimulus and response. All the behavior the child manifests is a response to some kind of a stimulation. So now that we know this law, that every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, the only thing we need to do is change the action and see if there is a change in reaction. Instead of continuing with the same action and saying that the child has to change. For instance, if the child is not studying, the child is telling loud and clear that the child doesn't want to study because the child wants a change in us. If we don't want to change, we can't expect the child to change. So, unless we make the changes in what we are doing, naturally there won't be changes in what the child is doing. So, if we have, suppose let us say we reduce our action because the reaction is also equal and opposite, there is also a reduction in the reaction. So to that extent we can change the reaction. So this is something we have to keep in mind. I think this will help most of the people understand how our interaction goes on. So for instance, many times children will do exactly opposite of what we expect the child to do. Now let me tell the secret behind this whole issue. The child first decides or determines what is it that we want. So once it knows this is what we want, the child does exactly opposite of what we want. In spite of knowing that, we neither change what we want nor do anything. Let me tell my own mantra in this particular thing, which will be affecting, which will be similar to Newton's law. If you keep doing what you are doing, you will keep getting what you are getting. If you don't want to get what you are getting, you have to change what you are doing. You cannot change what you are getting because what you are getting is totally dependent on what you are doing. So, if you want to change what you are getting, you have to change what you are doing. So, all the reactions that the child is doing is because of something we are doing. We expect the child to study, which is why the child is not studying. We expect the child not to touch the mobile, which is why the child is interested in the mobile. We tell the child, don't do this. The child does that only deliberately. The more we get angry, the more children try to prompt us to become more angry. In spite of that, knowing this, we continue to do our behavior, we don't change our behavior. As I am telling you, because the child is reacting to a particular situation, if we change the stimulus itself, there is a change in reaction. This is a simple experiment all parents can start off today. I will not tell what exactly you should do because there is no exact thing for everybody. You decide on how to change your action. So, just observe in the child whether there is a reaction. For instance, suppose you get angry for what your child does. Next time, don't show your anger. At least start up with today only. Don't show your anger. Though you are angry, don't show your anger. Just act as if it has not happened. It is very difficult to do that, but just try this. The moment this happens, the child starts thinking, how is it that I am trying to irritate my father or mother and they are not getting irritated? So, because the child starts thinking, definitely there will be a modification in the child's behavior. So if this works, we can start changing continuously. For instance, most of the thing that the child is doing is learnt at home only. If the child is lying, it is learnt at home. If the child is not doing its things properly, it is learnt at home. If the child is not is very lazy, it is learned at home. Majority of the things are learned at home, and many a times we see that these are done at home only, not elsewhere. Other, for instance, some of our relatives will praise our children saying that, oh, your son is so good, your daughter is so good. We will be surprised because they know when to actually use that and when not to use this. So many a times, making us angry itself is the purpose. They are achieving their purpose. Now, without knowing that, we become angry. So all I am telling is, stop becoming angry. Stop becoming irritated. Start making different kind of responses. If you can't do that, run away from that place. If this happens in the hall, go to kitchen, go to your room, go somewhere else. The moment you are making a different kind of reaction, automatically the child starts thinking. So this is what is essential for removing the particular video.